Going live on Facebook as well. So we're just hanging out, about to start Miracles, Magic, and Coffee really soon. Welcome, everybody. So glad you're here. This is Ralph Havens. And we have a very special guest today, Roxanne Kuchiak. And let's see, let's just get this thing going here. Here we go, we're going live right now. 3, 2, 1. So welcome everybody. Miracles, Magic, and Coffee starting in just a few minutes. Beautiful Friday morning up here in the Pacific Northwest. Yeah. So just hang out for just a bit. And we will be starting soon. All right. Already got a like. Thank you for that. Please feel free to like. I'm going to go ahead and find Roxanne, and then we're going to bring her up here. There she is. Hey, Roxanne. Okay, so now let's go grab Roxanne. Hi, Roxanne. Oh, hang on. I gotta hang on. There we go. Can you hear me? Not yet. It'll kick in. Oh, go see if you're muted somewhere.
I unmuted me. Can you hear me now?
You're muted over here. It doesn't look like you're muted over here.
I'm not over here either. Can you hear me?
Oh, I know. Maybe this is it. No, that's not it. Hang on a second. Oh, I know what to do. Hang on. I can hear you, yeah. And I just turned off my Facebook. I'm going to go see if I can. Let me go get my Facebook just so I can pull that up in case anybody's over there. So welcome. We're about to start. Super excited. Lots of good questions have come in. So I want to see that. Let me just see how I do this. I wonder if I...
Can you hear me okay?
I can totally hear you. So, and I see people lining up, so that's going to be cool. So we're about to start. I think I can do it this way. Let me see if I know what I'm going to do. Hang on. Okay, there we go. That way I can see stuff if it shows up somewhere else too. Okay, so there's that. Just getting all the logistics going. Super excited to have you. How is New York?
I'm actually in Michigan.
Oh, you are? Oh,
the
that's
Detroit
right.
Area. Yeah.
Oh, that's right. Wow, I knew it was somewhere over there.
Well, I'm sure New York is fine.
yeah, Michigan. Okay, cool. That's right.
We actually have warmer weather, so it's very exciting.
Oh, good. We have a little drizzle today, but it was beautiful yesterday, and I actually like the drizzle. Okay, so I'm excited to have you on. I'm gonna go ahead and start. There's a few people on already, and there's gonna be more coming on the 2 ways we can see you. If anybody has any questions, type it into the chat room or the message place, and I'll look at that in a bit. But we have some questions already that have come in, and Roxanne's going to be doing a special gift for us today, a special session. So you can put your intention out there, what you want to change, what life would be like if you could have what you desire. And I met Roxanne in a training that we were doing together, and so we've met over a few different sessions of stuff, and it's been really cool because we hit it off. And I think the reason is she has a lot of the same ideas about what's going on. And so Roxanne Kuchiak, she works with people that are ready to change the world, their world and also the world. And so she helps people identify their own truth. And this is one of the reasons I really like her. And also their own truth, and not buy into the systems that don't apply to them. And if you've been following my work, you know that, I've seen a lot of stuff that's just not true as far as what's useful to help somebody heal. And so that really attracted me to her. And so she's very intuitive healer, and she can see what needs to be cleared. She's going to be doing this with you today so that you can share your own gifts with the world and do it your way and have experiences where you could have abundance in your health and wealth and love and anything else that's going on in your life. So she basically shines a light on you, on full love and life, so you can create with joy and ease. And so so that's that. And I've got questions for her, and I'll see how it lines up for you. But anything you want to say, Roxanne, about anything so far?
I'm just very excited to be here. And so the topic for today is going to be around objections, obstacles, and looking at clearing those conditions that are keeping you stuck.
Objections, obstacles, and clearing those conditions. And can you talk just a little bit more about like what kind of objections and obstacles, like other people's objections or things that other people are doing, or things in your own self?
We're going to do like all layers. So whatever topic you want to look at, if you want to look at business, what are the conditions keeping you from having clients, finding a new job, attracting more money? Also, the energy of relationship, what are the conditions that your family has put on you? So we're not really going to specify directly each thing, but whatever your personal topic is, we're going to clear so much of that energy.
Okay, cool. And do people need to know what their objections and the things in their way are, or do they have to really figure it out in their head?
Not so much. So we're going to do some energy releases. They're going to be 1, 2, 3 release. We're going to gather up the energy of the conditions that are stopping you, so just the energy itself. We're also going to do a sacred activation of releasing conditions. So it's a meditative process that we're going to go in and unwind it from your past lives, present, future, genetics, DNA, and the group consciousness.
Very cool. And if somebody's watching live and it might be you're doing stuff that seems to pertain to someone else, would they still be able to have a shift if their version of it is different or slightly different?
Yep, you just put yourself in the energy and it will change.
And do you want to say anything about how they might put themselves in the energy?
Well, I'll guide you through it when we do that part of the process, yeah.
Okay, cool. So they don't have to worry about how to do this thing. You're going to...
Nope, I'll explain it when we're going to do it.
Okay, excellent. Good. I'm super excited. So, if somebody watches this later, like we're going to put it on your YouTube channel, I'm sure, and my YouTube channel, and people watch it later, does it work for them as well when they watch it, or does that work, or how does that go?
Yes, you can watch this multiple times personally, and each time you can pull a different energy of a different condition, layer and layer and layer. So you can actually repeat this particular call several times.
Awesome.
So you
don't
have to be live to receive the healing.
Okay, real good. Let me see. I've got a question here that I think would be a really good one. I'm going to see if there's anything in the chat area. If anybody wants to put a question in the chat for Roxanne before she does this for us, which is so nice for her to be able to do this for us this morning. If you want to put a question in the chat, I'd love to hear it, but I want to get right to what she's got for us. Hi there, Mina. All right. We have somebody from a long ways away. Hi there. So anybody want to put anything in the chat wherever you are, however you're watching right now? Now is a good time. And if you don't, you're still included, but it's kind of cool to put something in if you want. If not, I'm going to go to the questions that came in on email already. Okay, let me just grab those real quick. So this is one that I think could be really cool as a way for everybody to get some real help this morning. Somebody wrote in a week or so ago that said it would sure make all the difference in the world for me if I could find a way to get rid of automatic negative thoughts that caused a lifelong anxiety problem. So I know I solved what had been a lifelong anxiety problem for myself with a bunch of things. It's what we get into this work a lot of times to fix up ourselves, and along the way that was one of the things that changed for me. And so I want to just because it seems like a lot of things that are going on in people's lives, whether they don't have enough money or some kind of relationship problem with their spouse or their child or their parent or business, or some health concern that just keeps coming back. It seems like that inner stuff, the thoughts and beliefs are the big part. And a lot of it seems to be related to fear and anxiety. So that feels like a good entry point for me. But anything you want to say about that, Roxanne?
Yeah, so what we can do now, we can do a little sample clearing. So everyone that feels that they have this intense worry, anxiety, fear, so first of all, you want to kind of feel it in your body. So find it. Imagine that you're touching it. So just kind of grab it energetically. So you just kind of know how to do this. You just grab it and imagine that you're going to just throw it out to the universe. 1, 2, 3, release it all. 1, 2, 3, release it all. 1, 2, 3, release it all. And then you can ask yourself, does this belong to me? Is this even my worry? Is this my fear? Is this my anxiety? And then you gather it all up again and 1, 2, 3, release it all. 1, 2, 3, release it all. 1, 2, 3, release it all. And so all of the reasons why you've decided that you need to have anxiety, worry, panic, or you're just super sensitive, can we now destroy and uncreate all that? So just allow the energy to be released. 1, 2, 3, release. 1, 2, 3, release. 1, 2, 3, release. And everywhere that you've been told that it's yours and it may not have been yours, can we now destroy and uncreate all that? So 1, 2, 3, release it all. 1, 2, 3, release it all. 1, 2, 3, release it all. What have you made significant about having anxiety, worry, and fear? And how does it stop you? So everywhere it's stopping you, everywhere it's hindering you, and everywhere you're allowing it to, just kind of reach into that energy and 1, 2, 3, release it all. 1, 2, 3, release it all. 1, 2, 3, release it all. And then we just keep going down with different layers. And since I am not speaking to this person, I don't know if they've noticed a shift. But Ralph, have you noticed anything different?
Yeah, I did. Yeah, it felt like, for my experience was, I felt something right about here. And then when you said 1, 2, 3, release it all and throw it out to the universe or whatever you said, it felt like a bunch of little dots that just went all out like that. And then at some point when you said something, is this yours? Something came up from behind me that looked like that. It just kind of felt like it did something like that. And then I kind of lost track of what you were saying. And then it just it feels really good, kind of expansive. Yeah.
What?
So that was my experience. Let me see, check the Q&A. Okay, we'll do the one about prosperity in a little bit. Someone says, I feel lighter, thank you.
Oh, wonderful.
Yeah, let's check over here. Technology is cool. Experienced sudden, let's see, hang on. Okay, yeah, let's do this one next. So now that we've had shifts with that, and it'll be cool to hear from the person that wrote that to me and see what they noticed that's different with that. This one calls my attention from someone named Val, and significant medical thing that happened, experienced sudden aneurysm. So that's a really serious medical condition. 1 month stay at Harborview, which is a very big intensive hospital in Seattle. It was unexpected. What is the best way to trust body again? I'm not sure if that's the right question, but anything related to physical stuff, especially the stuff that's like, oh my God, this is really serious.
Okay. So again, everywhere you've decided that your body has failed you, can we now destroy and uncreate all that? 1, 2, 3, release. 1, 2, 3, release. 1, 2, 3, release. Everywhere you've decided that you have to abandon your body because you in some way believe that your body abandoned you, can we now destroy and uncreate all that? 1, 2, 3, release. 1, 2, 3, release. 1, 2, 3, release. Everywhere you've been ignoring your body, the signals that it's been trying to tell you to prevent this from occurring, can we now destroy and uncreate all that? 1, 2, 3, release. 1, 2, 3, release. 1, 2, 3, release. And everything that you made significant about this condition, can we now destroy and uncreate all that? 1, 2, 3, release. 1, 2, 3, release. 1, 2, 3, release. And everything that you made insignificant about this condition, can we now destroy and uncreate all that? 1, 2, 3, release. 1, 2, 3, release. 1, 2, 3, release. And would you be willing to have a communion with your body? Would you be willing to trust it? Would you be willing to hear it, to acknowledge it, to give it space to create with you. So everything that doesn't allow that, can we now destroy and uncreate all that? 1, 2, 3, release. 1, 2, 3, release. 1, 2, 3, release.
Oh, that's big. So I have a question. It was a big, serious medical-ish thing, and you were seeming to have a really good time and laughing even. Talk about that.
Because I feel the joy that comes through the healing. So even though it's intense, if it just feels light, like when we clear the energy, because I am tuning into this person, so I can see that their body's relaxing and releasing, and it just feels light. So I like to hold on to the lightness. It's not that it's not serious. It's not that it's not important, because it is, but I love healing, so I will find joy in a lot of the things that I do.
That's awesome. That's awesome. I mean, I could feel it, and I knew there was a real power in that. So
and everything that anyone is listening to, or again will listen to, put yourself in that scenario of your issues with your own body, whether it be weight loss, whether it be physical pain. What are the conditions that you're using to hold you back? Because the body will do that. If you're afraid, or if you have anxiety about stepping up and being powerful, the body will hold you back because you're asking it to.
You're asking it to. Oh.
Clear the issues with the body, then you have to, clear your inner game stuff too. Your fears, beliefs, worries, doubts.
Cool.
And then, you can have at least joy.
You can have at least joy. I love it. It's true.
Because we can't change everything, but what we can change, and our attitude should change. Like, some things we won't be able to change, but your point of view can at least help you experience a greater life, no matter what the outcome becomes.
That's cool. I'm glad that's part's recorded. That's really cool. I want to check in with you, Roxanne. If somebody on the call on the Zoom link wanted to tell you something directly, like where you could hear them and work with them just for a few moments, would that be useful, or is it?
Sure.
Would that be cool? So if anybody in the Zoom call wants to go into the Q&A, I think it's called the Q&A part, and just leave a little thing, or in the chat room. Let me see if there's a chat room and there's a Q&A. It's so funny. So either one of those places, if anybody is interested in that, let us know, and Roxanne would be able to do that. And while the people check in on that, I want to just go through the other questions that people had on email ahead of time. So I'll just kind of list them out, and whatever you feel called to, you can talk about it or do some more, or whatever you feel called to do. Thanks, Roxanne. So we have sleep issues, all sorts of physical pains, hips, backs. We have diagnoses like lumbar stenosis, fibromyalgia, fatigue, cancer, hypertension. We have negativity of thoughts, environmental stuff like EMFs from Wi-Fi or cell phones, gluten, other toxins. We have lots of questions about money and abundance and business. And addictions, peace of mind, and happiness. So there's your list.
Okay, well, let's start off with all of the body conditions.
All the body conditions. Okay,
so
we're ready.
Group all of those together. So whoever has the body stuff, the physical stuff, in any lifetime that you feel that you need to be punished, can we now destroy and uncreate all that? 1, 2, 3, release. 1, 2, 3, release. 1, 2, 3, release. All of the lifetimes, and all of the lifetimes that you believe you should be punished, can we now destroy and uncreate all that? 1, 2, 3, release. 1, 2, 3, release. 1, 2, 3, release. Anywhere that you've caused physical pain for someone else, and now it's your turn to experience it, can we now destroy and uncreate all that? 1, 2, 3, release. 1, 2, 3, release. 1, 2, 3, release. So the money stuff, let's go into that a little bit.
This is a big session, lots of stuff.
Everywhere you're afraid of money, and money's abandoned you, can we now destroy and uncreate all that? 1, 2, 3, release. 1, 2, 3, release. 1, 2, 3, release.
Yes,
everywhere
I should nod like this. Yeah.
You've abandoned money because you decided it was too good for you. Can we now destroy and uncreate all that? Because money being too good for you in the sense that People with money don't treat you kind, so you might have vowed that you never want to have it or be like that. So everything that's holding you back from any lifetime with that, can we now destroy and create all that? 1, 2, 3, release. 1, 2, 3, release. 1, 2, 3, release. Everywhere you can't hold on to money, because money is just energy. So everywhere you feel like it comes through your hands and it, since it's energy, it can't remain. Can we now destroy and uncreate all that? 1, 2, 3, release. 1, 2, 3, release. 1, 2, 3, release. And what if you could hold on to money? What if money really could be part of your day-to-day life? Like, what would that change for you? So everything that doesn't allow you to perceive those changes and to be the invitation for money to be part of your life, can we now destroy and uncreate all that? 1, 2, 3, release. 1, 2, 3, release. 1, 2, 3, release. And I did want to say that I do use several modalities.
I was going to ask you that. I knew you were doing all sorts of stuff under all this. So yeah, if you could talk, you just read my mind. So yeah, tell me about that. Tell us about that.
So I am a theta healer. I've done theta healing for 14 years. I also use Access Consciousness. I'm a bars facilitator. So I use the clearing statements in a lot of my private one-on-one work and with groups. I also use sacred activations. I am a practitioner and a facilitator, so I can teach some of the classes. So I really look at the energy and I telepathically talk to you. So I go into that field of energy and I ask your body, what is it that you want to change? Well, how do you want to change it? Is it time to change? What can we change first so that you'll actually let the change happen? And a lot of times bodies will talk to me. Like I will hear what what it needs. So I have you do a series of muscle testing to find out, what you believe is true, what you believe is not true. And then we change it so that you can actually create what it is that you want to have, pull those limitations and redirect the energy so that it can work for you instead of against you. And even just pulling off these heavy energies of lack, limitation, struggle, survival, and pull you out of that energy. Once you start pulling yourself out of that energy, more peace, more happiness, more joy, your natural state of being starts to emerge. So the pain might not feel so bad. You're not going to focus on it. You're not going to the doctor told me I only have this. Like, what do you know? So working with this energy is like, what do you know about your body? What do you know should be possible? And what is it that you really want to change? And are you willing to do it? So again, I'm not going to say
that's interestingly cool. Yeah, what are you willing to change, and are you willing to do it? And what you've been told and what your body really knows. It always, it's like that's what I love about your work, is that you're letting people look at these things that they've been taught to believe, brought up to believe about how things are, about the way diagnoses are, the way life is, and being able to shine a light on it and look at it, and then make decisions on a deep level to let go of stuff.
Yeah.
So it's really cool. Let's see. So some people want to know, can you write the clearing phase? Like, is it useful for them to do more work with those phases with themselves? Or is that just like holding on to it or being in resistance once it's done? Like once you do this, do they have to do anything to it?
Well, there's always more. I mean, I work on myself every day. So
me too,
when that thought comes up, with all the different training that I've had, I just, delete it. So
just delete it when it comes up.
That's why I don't want to say it's necessarily 1, 2, 3 release, because I'm doing a lot more energetically, not just
behind the scenes. Yeah.
So,
cool.
But yeah, there's a lot of modalities. It can be that easy. It really can be. So, try it for yourself. Just go 1, 2, 3, release it all and see if it changes for you.
That's cool. I want to check in a little bit with you because I know you have an upcoming thing coming up, and I want people to be able to access you and your work in whatever way is good for them. And then, for them and their families. Can you tell us a little bit more about you or your work, or I know you have a cool thing coming up soon, but anything you want to tell us, ways that they can, and I'll leave links in the different places afterwards. And if you signed up through my page, then I'll have your email. I can send you Roxanne's links, but anything you can tell us about how they could help themselves getting more help from you.
Well, I am a empowerment and relationship coach. I really focus on the inner game stuff. What are your thoughts? What are your feelings? What are your beliefs? What are your patterns? What are your programs? And the willingness to change it. So I start off, with a free introduction session for the private sessions. And we really look at what it is that's stopping you. A lot of people say they want to be happy. A lot of people say that they want freedom. When it comes down to it, you're really afraid of being happy and really afraid of being free. So we look at why are you afraid to be free and release those issues so that like freedom for some people might mean that they don't have a family or that they don't have responsibility, but that's not really the truth of it. It's like, could you be free and happy and have a job, have a career, have a spouse, have running businesses? So there's a lot of like value conflicts with some of the things that we say we want, and in our minds it says we can't have that because we'd have to give up too much.
And some people have that fear, and like I used to do a lot of this where I used to say, the fear, but then do it anyway and just be brave and courage and you get a lot of stuff done, but it's a tough way to live. So it's like, It's kind of cool to shift these inner beliefs and fears and then get to actually enjoy it while you do it.
Right, because you're like pushing through no matter what, and when you push through no matter what, it still doesn't mean it's going to create what you're asking for. So
that's true too.
All of the networking, you can do all of the public speaking, you can do all of it, but if you're really terrified on the inside, it's not going to create for you. So really looking at what's holding you back from it could be this life, any other lifetime, future, family, genetics, DNA. So there's so many limitations that we carry. So if we're stuck until we actually have that shift. And, some people will see results right away. Some people it takes a little bit longer. I work with clients for 6 months to a year. I also have several group coaching programs that I do. The next one that is coming up is April 25th, and it's overcoming objections and releasing obstacles. So
overcoming objections and releasing obstacles. So overcoming your own objections or other people's objections, or both. Okay. Yeah. And obstacles, I assume that's like all the inner game.
Kind of like, okay, I can't have it. Why can't you have it? Why don't you want it? Well, my mom said I can't have it. So all that imposed energy of like, oh, my mom never let me have what I want, so I can't let me have what I want. So there's going to be several homework questions that go along with it. There's going to be clearings, pre-recorded clearings that you can play again and again and again. There are 2 live calls once a month, or I'm sorry, 2 live calls twice a month, the 2nd and 4th of Wednesdays of the month. So really diving in. So having the homework ahead of time, bringing up your issues, coming to the live call, receiving the healing. There's going to be sacred activations that are ran as well. So that'll really get you closer to the core of it, of whatever's stopping you.
Cool. So basically, if someone's ready to show up and do some specific things, and then be there fully present for these things, and then it sounds like it's a great program for someone like that.
Yeah. And the reason it's only twice a month is because it's going to give you time to do the homework. It's going to give you time to sit with it. You're not going to feel like, oh my God, I'm behind already. And then you don't do it because you're like, right. Oh my God, I'm already overwhelmed. So it's a doable amount of stuff. It's not like it's going to just consume their life. It's like show up, do your homework, and then be ready for the next one. Yeah, it is a year-long commitment.
A year long. Oh, wow. Okay.
And there's
cool.
24 sessions. So
awesome. That's a lot of stuff.
Yeah. So we're looking at the issues of like where you're blaming other self, or you're blaming, where have you been blamed? Where do you believe you can't have it? Why can't you have it? What are the conditions keeping you from having it? And really diving into it.
Cool. That sounds awesome.
Objections. And there's 24 topics.
Yeah. Oh, that's so cool. If anybody has any questions, you can email me later. We'll get you Roxanne's contact info. What's the best way for them to, or you can put it in the chat room right now. What's the best way for them to contact you or get information about how to look into this? And also you mentioned a free consult to like just kind of uncover what's going on. What's the best way for them to talk to you?
So at this point, I am redoing my website. So the best place would be a Facebook group, the Source in Healing.
Source in Healing.
Yes. Not Source Healing, but Source in.
Source
Yeah.
in healing. Okay. And there's a
So I
way
know
to just send a message that way or contact you.
yes. Mhm.
Okay.
So
Source in.
there is, I'm still guided to do that sacred activation. Do we still have a
Oh
few
yeah.
minutes?
Yeah. We have, yeah, we do. And then nobody has, um, put a little note in that I see that says, call on me live. So everybody's just, on. Here we go. Yeah.
Okay.
Roxanne.
So this is a sacred activation. Sacred activations were gifted to Tamra Oviatt. And again, so it's not my own modality. So if you're driving, please pull over or don't fully go through the process. But so if you are home listening, if you can focus on your heart. And we're turning on the sacred activation, objections and conditions. I hear both of them. So there's one about conditions and one about objections. So wherever it's bouncing back and forth. So we're going to run these energies through your past life. So during this, I'm going to be a little silent, and I'm just watching as everyone's shifting and changing. And now we're going to run it through this current lifetime. Running it through any future lifetime, all future lifetimes. Running it through your genetics and your DNA. Running it through the collective consciousness, subconsciousness, group consciousness. So unplugging you from everyone else's conditions and everyone else's objections. Plugging you back into yourself, who you really are. What you're here to do. Deleting everything that your mother and father wanted you to be, your ancestors, your friends. Plugging you back into why you chose to come to the planet. Focusing back on your heart. Imagine that there's a root system coming out through the bottom of your feet, reaching all the way down into the heart chakra of Mother Earth. Plugging into that energy, allowing all of you to merge with that energy. Bringing this energy back up with you through your feet, to your knees, to your hips, to your shoulders, to the top of your head, throughout your body and your being, in all directions. When you're ready, open your eyes. How are you feeling?
I'm feeling great. Yeah, I'm feeling great.
So just notice, throughout the day, like where you think things have to be hard. Like, we have those natural issues that we know, oh, I'm struggling, I'm a single mom, or I'm a business person, or just notice if you're a little bit more relaxed, if things might show up a little easier, things might not be as hard as they've been in the past. So with that energy, it's like it just shifts and changes. So the conditions that you were functioning from aren't there. So you get to choose what you want. You get to take the action step. So it's not the force of, oh, I'm going to do it anyway. It's like, okay, how can I do it now? Instead of forcing yourself to do it, or going through everything that you've always gone through the same way, but just see if things are showing up a little different. So the program that I'm starting is April 25th. And there is a lot of one-on-one, even though it's a group. There'll be a Facebook group and it's going to be amazing. I'm so excited to get it going.
Yeah, you're amazing. I enjoyed your work the last time we did stuff together and saw some changes, money changes, for example. So
Wow.
yeah, so it's been really cool. So highly recommend Roxanne's work and her. So just if anybody wants to put a little comment in, I'd love to hear what you found valuable so far about this time together. We're coming towards the end. I know we've gone a little over, but just want to check in if anybody wants to say anything else, have any questions for Roxanne, or I'd love to hear what you all have noticed that that's different, or what's been valuable for you. Let's see. Yeah, so somebody named Chantel says, it sounds easy, but I find it hard.
What being hard?
I don't know. She just posted, it sounds easy, but I find it hard. So my comment would be just trust. There's part of you that can trust that something possibly really shifted for you, and then notice what you notice and notice what's different. Even just to say notice what you notice is big, because it's so easy to not notice what you notice. So just to notice if there's something different. And yeah, I feel it different. Someone else wrote it, unable to load the session. The session will be on again on YouTube on my channel, and and for someone else, the feed stopped after she started. Oh, she's good. So she did, it stopped, it seemed, on Facebook, but it's back on. Someone said, is there anything we're supposed to be doing, like pushing our hands outward, or like what she says, 1, 2, 3, do you do anything that they needed to do while they were doing that? I also like how she laughs a lot and smiles.
Thank you.
Yeah,
you can push your hands out. You don't have to.
Okay.
When I do it, when I work with others, I just watch it happen. It's kind of like the body just opens up and releases it, whether you're pushing it out or not. It doesn't have to be a force thing or an action thing. So even if you're laying in bed and you don't want to like throw your hands up, because I just run the clearings all the time. So kind of did a little bit more on here than I normally do.
Yeah. Well, thank you for that.
Just because there's more people listening or that could be listening.
Yeah. So. And Roxanne did a wonderful gift for us today. It's awesome. And there's so much more. So, so highly recommend checking in with her. And she will, according to her schedule, if there's any, she might not be able to see everybody right away, but I'm sure she'd put people on a list to see them at some point. But, if you want to talk with her, she's happy to do that and see what's right for you. So let's see. It's nice to feel like I'm reconnecting to myself in the course of work, family life. It is sometimes hard to refocus. Thank you. Okay, that's, yeah. I think, just kind of keep noticing what you notice. It's like, with this kind of work, what I like to tell people is, if you notice something different now, like you feel lighter or somehow more hopeful, or your shoulder moves a little better, or when you walk around, you're a little taller, or it's like somebody treats you much nicer than they're used to treating you. If you start to notice a few differences right now, what I notice is it's nice to kind of wonder what else just changed. Like, we haven't tested everything, right? Like, we haven't looked in your bank account. We haven't looked at all the 5, 10, 20, 100 million people that are going to be wanting you to do work for them. It's like, we don't know that yet, but who knows what else just changed right now. So if you notice something that's different with this work, what you might want to do is just kind of keep your eyes open, and what else just changed in this instant for you right now. And will you notice it when it's right there in front of your face? So anything you want to say about anything, Roxanne, before we wrap it up?
Well, it's amazing because it's, if you are a conscious seeker, you are doing several different things. And I was just working with a client, and they're like, I want that one breakthrough. And I'm like, okay, I hope you get it, but like, look at all of the little breakthroughs that you've already had, because the one breakthrough that you're looking for might not be super significant. It's the day-to-day breakthrough that you have. Like, oh, I don't get upset with my family anymore, or, oh, I'm not yelling and screaming anymore, or, wow, people are finding me and hiring me. And that was the biggest question that I had, is like, where's my clients? Where's my students? And people start showing up for you. And it's just part of what you're doing. So I always tell people, just keep looking at what you're doing and keep doing it. Keep going in deeper. Keep looking at that stuff that's really hard to like look at. And it is uncomfortable to look at some of your inner game stuff. And with the processes that I use, you don't have to know all the details. You don't have to know what happened in any other lifetime. You just kind of touch the energy and let it dissipate. Sometimes you will. Sometimes thoughts and feelings will start coming up now that we just unlocked a lot of stuff. You might have some bizarre dreams, like, it's okay. And it doesn't even mean that they were real. So if you have like past life dreams, or, it doesn't even mean that it's necessarily yours. It can definitely be symbolic for the here and now. But then again, it's just 1, 2, 3, release it all. Just let it go. Acknowledge that, things that you've been held back from, or people that may have held you back, you might start realizing, oh, when I was younger, this happened, or when you're going to start getting pieces of your puzzle that's going to start showing up, so that you're going to have more clarity of what's been in your way. You don't have to, though, but don't be surprised if you start having more awareness of where you're stuck and why you're stuck. And mom said this, dad said that, grandpa wouldn't let me do this, grandma said I could have everything, but I don't have it. So, those little lies that we're functioning from, and the belief that, oh, someone said I could have it, why is it not happening? So we'll shut down in that way. Or someone said I could have it and I don't have it. So I could, or I couldn't, or could I, so unlocking all of that stuff. So you might start having some awareness of the different things that you have heard or even have told others. So the whole condition part too is it's clearing you of conditions placed upon yourself, by you, by others, and the conditions that you've placed on other people. And
that's cool.
All of those obstacles that are in the way are going to start opening up and releasing.
And people may have epiphanies and understandings about what it was, but the important thing is, and they might not, but the important thing is life can be different, and they can notice what's different now.
Yes, and they can keep going forward.
Keep going forward. Awesome. Okay, wow. Let's see anything else that people are saying here. A great boost of my joy, connected with what I came here to do. Thank you, Sandy. Awesome, Sandy.
That's so wonderful.
Yeah, reconnecting to myself. Okay, so tell us your Facebook group again.
It's Source in Healing.
Source in Healing. And she's got something, that group session starting April 25th. There's lots of other ways to work with her, but if you want in on that, definitely contact her before then, like today. and yeah, there's a way to do that through Source in Healing. You can also go to to my email, ralph@ralphhavens.com, and look for my contact page, and I can send you that. If you're on the, if you went in through my page to get to this Zoom meeting, the Zoom session, then I'll send an email out with her contact information in just a little bit. So a bunch of people signed up for that. So look for that.
I actually have another free call April 18th as well.
Oh, April 18th.
Yep, to reintroduce the overcoming objections, and I'll do live clearings there as well.
And would Facebook be the best way to find out about that, April 18th thing?
Yeah, that'll be there, and if I can give you the information.
Oh, give me the information, and I'll put it in the email. Okay. Yeah. All right. Anything else, Roxanne? This has been great. Thank you so much. It's been wonderful.
Oh, I'm just so excited because I can feel like, you know, when I do these clearings, they work on me too. So it's really exciting that, like, I just feel super excited.
I know, me too. I was excited. I was telling my wife before we started, I was like, I'm so turned up. I think I'm tracking Roxanne. So that's awesome. Yeah, good deal.
I so appreciate you, Ralph. Thank you so much for this.
It's been wonderful for me too. I'm glad I met you, and lots more to come, I'm sure. So,
yeah.
All right, you guys. This is Ralph and Roxanne from Bellingham and from Michigan. Signing off.
Bye-bye.
Bye. Okay.
Thank you, everyone.
Bye, Roxanne.